Mm.
What do
I
you see the
think it's
rematch?
dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Lamont Roach is preparing to destroy Gervonta Tank Davis, not just for another bout. The initial bout, which ended in a contentious majority draw, ignited a fire in Roach that is getting hotter every day. That bout demonstrated Roach's skills, bravery, and fortitude to take on one of the sport's most feared punchers. Roach isn't merely attempting to survive this time, though. He's coming to dominate, and he's making it obvious that if Davis wants to leave Las Vegas, with a high profile, he'll need to offer something fresh.
If fight happen again, because I think that the next fight is going to be a whole lot better. And I think the next fight is going to end with somebody being on the canvas, in my opinion. But I think that Lamont Roach, I want to give a shout out to Lamont Roach for putting up such a amazing performance. We never seen anyone stand there toe-to-toe with Gervonta Davis. We never seen anyone there throwing punches, power punches, at Tank Davis and not being...
The situation in Roach's camp has gone into overdrive. Every exercise, drill, and minute spent in the gym is intended to improve his movement, build his body, and sharpen his coordination. No aspect of his game is unaffected. His daily battle is a mental one in addition to his physical preparation, a struggle to achieve his greatest self. His staff has been outspoken about their strategy, encouraging Roach to be more than just a proficient ring technician. They want him to be a formidable fighter who uses unrelenting accuracy and mental toughness to break his opponents.
Done deal, and it's not far off. I can't give you more than that right now, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be an interesting fight. I think you got dynamics. You got Gervonta, who's probably going to be angry, probably woken up, probably more focused than he has been, not talking about retirement. That's a factor.
His training videos clearly emphasize synchronization. Roach has been executing intricate footwork patterns and switching between offensive and defensive stances with ease. He has better balance, sharper angles, and faster pivots. He's trying to move with intention, with each step intended to open or close a gap. Roach is aware that one mistake may mean the difference between a crushing knockout loss and success against a puncher like Davis. He is practicing his lateral movement to make sure he can turn away from danger and counter with extreme precision.
Zero. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't give me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not gonna lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be.
The focus has also shifted to Roach's body. He has gained muscle for endurance as well as power. When the exhilaration wears off and the pain starts to set in, he wants to outlast Davis and beat him. By pushing his limitations with resistance bands, kettlebells, and bodyweight exercises that replicate the motions he'll require in the ring, Roach is performing strength circuits that cause his muscles to tremble. Every twist and crunch strengthens the base from which he will launch his power shots, making his core a fortress.
The fact that I did watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
But size isn't the only consideration. In order to convey energy from the ground up, Roach's team has him concentrating on intense full-body motions. The program includes high-intensity interval sprints, plyometric push-ups, and medicine ball smashes. He's constructing a frame that can both take and return a shot, a body designed for combat. However, Roach's movement is arguably the most important aspect of his preparation, through frequent level changes, posture changes, and feints to keep. Tank guessing, he was able to irritate Davis during the first fight. Roach has intensified this approach, putting in endless hours honing his hand speed, reaction quickness, and head movement. Roach dips beneath hooks and slides out of danger before his opponents can even reset during his frantic dance of slips, rolls, and counters during sparring sessions. Tank is a predator that thrives on continual movement, as Roach is aware. He's watched the video of Davis catching opponents who stand too tall, linger too long in the pocket, or leave their chins out for even a split second. Roach declines to join them. He is compelled to maintain his sharpness and make every millisecond matter when he spars with larger, quicker men. In order to discern the tiny muscle twitches and weight shifts that indicate an impending shot, he is training his eyes just as much as his body.
A lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Lamont is from the DC area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most of his career. So having said that, you don't want to start too fast. You want to measure your pressure and bring it out because you know already what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a guy that you know you'll bring the bitch out of him as the fight wears on. And you
The mental toughness is also crucial. To find clarity when fists are flying and lungs are burning, Roach's trainers have been encouraging him to embrace the chaos of the ring and thrive in the uncomfortable. They have pushed him over his physical capabilities and placed him in high-pressure situations, hardening both his body and mind. Roach is being trained to maintain composure under pressure and to maintain his discipline even when his impulses beg him to fight.
Two or three times actually this year.
I know he lost. Well, no, like I said,
I'm off it though.
He ain't lose to me, but I also think the draw is respectable. But I also think I need to see that rematch because now he got to prove it.
Who got to prove what?
Tank. He got to prove it.
Dog him. You can't. It can't be close. You have to dog him, or niggas is gonna say like me.
But Gervonta Davis hasn't been quiet as Roach sifts through this cruel camp. Tank recently shown that he is not intimidated by the barrage of training videos that are emerging from the Roach camp. In a recent interview, Davis stated, "He doesn't get the best of me twice." It's an indication to Roach that Tank wasn't at his best in the first bout, and that the rematch will be a completely different animal. Roach refuses to fall for the ruse. He doesn't care about the back and forth. He is solely focused on developing his trade and preparing his body and mind for the impending fight. He is more concerned with what he does than with what Davis says, about the lethal hooks and explosive left hands that Davis is famed for. By forcing Davis into deep seas where the knockout artist has rarely been, Roach is getting ready to nullify his power.
Look, man, if Tank ain't on his A game, it could go left for him.
I mean, yeah, I think that, behind closed doors, if he don't focus up, it can go left for him. But Tank is a true competitor. Tank is a guy that he's scared to lose. So I think that night woke him up like, oh shit, like this shit could really go left any given moment. You see him already back in the gym. I see him already like, he's staying off the internet. So I think he just got to make sure he's focused, make the right adjustments, and just go out there and give the best.
Roach is shadowboxing in front of the mirror, his gaze fixed on his reflection, his fists cutting through the air with surgical accuracy, exudes a subdued intensity. He's imagining the battle, envisioning himself countering with compact, crisp hooks, ripping body shots, and slipping punches. Roach is trained not only to defeat Davis, but also to shatter him and reveal the weaknesses that even a champion harbors. Davis and his team have received a clear message from his corner. Don't expect the same Roach. You can't expect a happy man to live.
Now get Lamont out and Lamont not being a big name, so they overblow it.
I think so, and I feel like people just don't like Tank to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knocking him out, he probably feel as though that he lost, and he did, or smart things in the beginning. He was moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still like frustrating him and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. Like he looked sharp to me. I don't know. People just be talking. At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
Anticipate a murderer, a warrior willing to reclaim what he believes was taken from him during their initial confrontation. Tank has been cautioned to be better than he has ever been and to arrive prepared. They claim that there won't be any debate, justifications, or uncertainty regarding who is the superior man this time. People usually pay attention to what one of the greatest athletes of all time has to say. Roy Jones Jr. Few can match the weight of the former pound-for-pound King's comments, who has witnessed the rise and fall of many competitors. He has seen Lamont Roach develop from a bright prospect to a formidable opponent in the lightweight class, and he isn't afraid to voice his opinion regarding the impending rematch between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis. Jones thinks Roach is about to surprise everyone once more. A daring forecast, considering the stakes. However, he alludes to a different result this time around, even as he compliments Roach.
Oh, same thing, same results. I mean, proof is in the pudding. I mean, let's be honest. Lamont is the better fighter. He's the pound-for-pound great. He beat a supposedly pound-for-pound great. Let's give him his flowers. He's the pound-for-pound great at 135. Enough said.
Do you think, with the knee, obviously there's been the controversy, of the whole situation. Do you think that changed after potentially being knocked down or what people saw?
What are your thoughts? For more updates, subscribe and leave a comment below.